Welcome. It's another edition of the Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight. I'm James Lott Jr., one of your hosts here on JLJ Media. Of course, I could not do this alone as we talk about the week that was in Los Angeles on the Bold and the Beautiful at CBS. And I have both my ladies with me. They're my Forster creations. To my left, because we're melting here in Los Angeles, it's the beautiful, vivacious Tami Goveia.
Hi, y'all.
And below, because she's melting down there too, but she has AC, so I'm sure she's doing okay. The wonderful, talented, and very nice and respectful Amanda Russ.
Yay!
Hi, guys.
Hi, you guys. You guys look great. Hello. We're going to talk about what happened this last week on The Bold and the Beautiful and have our opinions, of course. There's much to say and much to be said. Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlights are on all streaming services. So when people ask me, where can I find it? Just go to your favorite podcast stream, wherever, find it. Go to YouTube, JLJ Media, find it. And Bold Beautiful Universe is the page on Facebook. Ladies, what do you guys think about the week that was? And there's literally, what, 2 storylines?
That's what I felt. I felt like it dragged. You know, like how many conversations do we need between Quinn and Shauna? Saying the same thing over and over and over again.
It was info week, as we call it.
Redundant week. It was redundant week. That's how I felt.
Amanda?
It took Ridge about 2 days to tell Brooke. I was like, spit it out.
Seriously.
She's all like, you're scaring me. I was like, just spit it out.
Well, they're drawing out the suspense. It's all about the suspense. You guys are ready. You guys are ready. You're like, just tell it.
We're ready. Let's go.
So basically, the main storyline the whole week is this whole Ridge and Shauna are married, how they got married, and what happened there was about that. And then also Brooke's reaction. And then you have Donna talking to Eric, which I'm like, Donna and Eric? Donna and Eric?
Yeah.
Eric?
Yep.
Didn't see that coming. I didn't.
I gotta take a drink for that one.
Everybody, you can drink.
Cheers to Donna and Eric. That's all I have to say.
Her honey bear.
Oh my God.
Did not expect. I think I see something going on there. So I feel bad. Here's where my turn, we'll get to all of it. And my turn that I'm kind of sad about is that Shauna did take Quinn's advice and do what she did. Because now Amanda wins. Amanda wins. I still love her. Amanda wins. She's not as innocent as she had been wasting this time. So you win, Amanda.
I told you. I was gonna tell you, James, but you're gonna have to agree to disagree because she's not right.
You're right.
She is not right.
You're right. This time, now we figure out, they showed the whole flashbacks, kind of how it happened, and Quinn was egging her on. And even though she was thinking, no, I shouldn't do this, she still did it. Tami, she still did it.
Well, the thing is, this is what she's wanted. She's wanted this since day one. Like she said, she wanted, ever since she laid eyes on Ridge, she's wanted this. And so while I appreciated her pang of conscience.
Pangs of guilt. A moment of conscience.
And yes, I mean, that was clear. You could see she's like, oh, this isn't Mrs. Forster. No. Shauna Forster.
I mean, hello.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. She wanted him, and I don't even think about the money. I think she really likes him. I think she just really likes him. And to me, again, I love an age-appropriate romance. I'm sorry. I like that they're both, in the same age group, and they can be hot together. I love that. But look at Amanda's ready to tell me, Amanda.
Up for her. Stop taking up for her.
I love her. I don't care. I love her. She didn't want to do it, Amanda. She really didn't want to. But she did it.
Okay.
But she did do it. I'm saying you win. She did it. But she didn't want to. She just wanted her man.
I loved the flashbacks. I loved being at that sorry-ass wedding of theirs. That was
I want to buy a vow. I want to buy
pathetic.
So
Oh, my God. Even the minister, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we should do this tomorrow. And she's like, no, please.
I was laughing. I thought a little bit of comedy.
And Ridge is like,
yeah.
No, I know.
So, is it just me? Or is she not giving you, Shauna, is she not giving you Thomas vibes? Oh, okay, I love you so much.
That's a good question for Tami, because she's she's anti-Thomas, so.
No, I don't get, no, I don't, because Thomas is, I'm not going to say was, Thomas is obsessive. Like he is and was obsessed with Hope to the point where he killed somebody. I don't care what anybody else says. He facilitated in killing someone. Yeah. Shauna gets swept up in Quinn's thing. She gets swept up in the romance and the idea of it. I really think because Ridge has no spine.
No.
Will Shauna take a step back and go, this isn't right, here's what happened?
She might.
I don't know. That's to you guys. Do you think she's going to step up and feel so guilty?
Well, here's the thing. I think all three of us can agree. Ridge has no spine, first of all.
Spineless.
This has none. We all can agree on that one. And I think, Ridge, and you have to agree with this, Amanda, he gave her pieces of himself too. So she's not imagining anything. Where Hope was, he was all on top of Hope, and Hope was like, oh, no. But Ridge was like kissing on her too. He was like, he liked the attention. Ridge has a big ego. You know that part, we all know.
He does.
He has a huge ego, so he needs to be stroked. Yes, it's joking.
There's other hand gestures too, but I won't go there.
So I guess with Amanda, we can agree with that. It's like he has a big ego, and he did like having another hot female attention. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he liked it. And he was a little hurt by Kate, the kiss. He was hurt by that. He was hurt. His ego was hurt. So I don't know. Shauna, to this point, I always thought was, again, Amanda wins. I was kind of like, she's on the sidelines because she likes him. She's attracted to him. She likes him. He's giving her some attention. So, she went with it. Like, I would go with it. I'd totally go with it. I would. I know I would. But, you know what I mean? But I don't know if she'll, I guess I could see her saying, this is too much. The guilt is getting to me. And then it blows up.
Because it's going to come out. And it's either going to come out in two ways. Shauna's going to say something. Because Quinn's never going to say anything. Or, it's going to be the soap opera, my favorite word that James uses, trope, where he overhears a conversation from a block away and, or somebody else hears, their conversation. And that's how it's going to come out.
You agree, Amanda, right? Those are one of three possibilities, probably. It's going to come out. It's going to come out, right?
Oh, yeah. I call it a crack in the door. Because that's what they always find out things through like a little crack in the door.
They do.
Yeah, that's probably what will happen.
I crack in the door. They kind of hover around doors, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on Shauna. Maybe I am. But it bothered me when she's like, oh, till death do us part, and I'm going to be the best wife, and I love you so much. And I'm like, he don't even remember it. Like, you're acting like this is the greatest love story ever. And I'm like, he was saying ABCs at the altar. Like, what are you doing?
That's why I was laughing. Her delivery of this makes me laugh. Because she's like, yes, I'm going to be the best wife you ever. I laugh. I guess I kind of think it's funny. So I do kind of laugh at that. But
and Quinn just feeds it.
Yeah.
She's like, Shauna, you should be happy. This is amazing. You're Mrs. Ridge Forrester. You should be happy. You should be, not anyone's obsessive.
It's Quinn.
With Thomas vibes. Quinn has that capacity, and Eric has been her savior. Eric is the one energy that grounds cuckoo Quinn. And little cuckoo Quinn's been able to flutter her wings a little bit. And could she do something drastic to make sure the secret stays a secret? Absolutely. Could she mess everything up for Shauna? Absolutely. Unintentionally, I think.
And yeah, she's going to lose Eric.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to lose Eric. That's it. So we might as well get ready because I think they're gonna put Eric and Donna together. Which
what do
I'm
you guys
a fan
think?
of.
What do you guys?
I don't mind. I don't mind them together. I don't. But I was always rooting for Ridge. I mean, Ridge. It was the wrong person. Quinn and Eric. I was always rooting.
Me too.
And so if it just creates more drama as a triangle, which Bold and Beautiful loves these triangles, you guys. They love triangles. I'm here for it. I'll see what happens. See how she goes up against Donna, because Donna isn't Brooke, and Donna isn't Katie, and Donna, she's her own thing. She dealt with Pam all those years. I mean, and Ailey Mills. I hope she comes back to this. I know she's dealing with personal loss in her life with her husband. I hope she comes back to the show, and it's I love Pam. It'd be fun to see, like you said, Amanda, on the other show. They were going to work together at some point and do this whole thing, Pam and Donna, and they just kind of took the wayside. So, but no, I wouldn't be bad for Eric and Donna. That's really interesting. I always forget about them, kind of, but yeah, they were together.
And I loved the redemption of Quinn, and that was that was what Eric was and is. And I can see Quinn being devastated.
I was always glad that Quinn and Ridge did not get together. I was always glad that didn't happen.
That was just like creepy. Like, no, like, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. But see, then here's the thing. And I'm sorry, you guys. I mean, I love me some Captain Kelly Lang. You know that. She's the queen. And I like Brooke. But I have a hard time feeling bad for Brooke. I'm sorry. She kissed Bill.
So what?
One kiss.
So what?
One kiss too many, Amanda. One kiss too many.
Well, tell Ridge that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point. Both of them, it's like with their 20th marriage. I mean, it's like, it's just so, I have a hard time feeling bad for her because he was taking up for his son. That's what a parent does. I mean, he was a little obsessed about it or whatever, but parents do that, right? You don't believe bad in your son. And Brooke was, because she was taking care of her daughter. We got that part. But to go kiss Bill, he's hot as F, and I'd kiss him too. But that's no story. But I'm like, well, and
it was an accident. She fell into his lips. It was an accident.
It's that black hole. If you get too close, you just gotta get sucked in. Dollar bill vortex.
The man just say she fell into his lips. Cheese and crackers.
You did.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
I fell into those lips too. I mean, that's another story. But yeah, that's.
And James, I'm going to disagree with you. With Ridge standing up for his son, I do agree. Parents support their kids, but not. He was. What's that word? When you contribute to the problem instead of
enabler. He's an enabler.
Enabler. He was enabling this sociopath.
Well, I know how you feel about that.
So no.
Yeah, you're right. I did.
Yeah. Well, and as Brooke, it's like, no. Oh.
That's a heated episode. I love it.
Thomas gives me so much to chew on.
And he's and Matthew Atkinson, very nice guy in real life. Just so you know, we had a good time.
He's the best. He's a gem.
Yeah,
he is a gem.
So
he's brilliant. For me to hate him so much, Thomas, he's brilliant. Matthew Atkinson's a friggin' brilliant actor. Kudos.
And he's fun to look at.
Oh, fun to hug too in person. I would tell you, he's big guy, big tall guy. But he's something else. But the point is, yes, I'm back to the show. No, but I just. I'm saying in a sense that those two taking their children's sides made sense. Now trying to come together after that would make sense. But she kissed Bill.
After how many times Ridge kissed Shauna at that point?
So that's the point. So I can't feel. That's what I'm saying. I can't feel bad. I mean, we're saying I'm devastated. I'm like, you're devastated. Ridge wants to work it out with you. So he's coming to you saying he wants to work it out with you, and I'm devastated. She's won. I'm like, what are you talking about, bitch?
He married her. He didn't just kiss her. He married her.
He says he doesn't remember, and he also wants to be with her.
And this whole thing, and Brooke said, and don't give me this I was drunk excuse.
But he was.
Because as a woman, Amanda, right? Don't even go there.
Yeah.
Do not even let her stop. You married somebody else.
Oh my God. You guys are hilarious. Make me laugh.
Accountability.
I don't know. I feel like this couple we've been through. She's like, what she was saying. She was like, I wrote down. We've been tested. I wrote, no, Brooke, you kissed Bill.
That is so wrong.
We've been tested. I know you ain't been tested. You did wrong. He did wrong. That's not no test. You're doing wrong. These are grown folks, you guys. They're older than I am. They're all grown folks, and they're doing the same crap they did 30 years ago. Cheese and crackers. I know that Rich and Brooke are endgame. I know that's probably the thing.
Are they really? Did you listen to that theme song they were playing at the end? That theme song wasn't, we'll find our way back to each other. That theme song was, maybe we're done.
But do you believe, Amanda, do you believe they're done? I mean, do you believe that they're done this time? No, right? No.
I don't.
I think they're right. I think Amanda, in the big scheme of things, aren't they? They're the great loves, right? Of this show. They've been other people, but they're like the one.
Yeah. I think they're like the Eric and Stephanie.
See, actually, man, I agree on something. Like I feel like that's what they do. They splinter off with other people. They have chemistry with other folks, but not for long. They're always driving. I mean, that's his Logan.
You know what?
Go ahead.
They should have an open marriage. Problem solved. Right?
It's LA, man. Swing it. Leave your keys in a fishbowl and whatever, man.
That would solve their problem.
Can I just say the moment, well, it was a series of moments where I was like yet again uttering those words, I'm done with Ridge.
Yeah, I say that like every week.
I know. So he's back at the mansion, and Shauna, after Quinn says, go support your husband, go comfort your husband. So she goes up the stairs and comes sauntering in like a snack.
A snack.
A little snack.
A delicious snack.
She's hot. I'm like, she's hot.
And she's so great. You know, Quinn was all pushy, but Shauna's like, I need to play this cool.
Yes.
Because like this could blow up in my face.
Yes.
When she left the room, he goes over to the window. Instead of calling Carter and saying, this marriage needs to be annulled now. But no, he strolls over to the window. What's he thinking about?
That's the point.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
If they're meant to be together, no, that's not how. I don't know.
There's a lot of comedy also. What makes me laugh is when Carter found out. When he found out, it was like, because he was like, and Rich was like, I don't remember talking to him. Carter's like, you don't remember talking to me? You texted me. I don't remember talking. You texted me twice. I texted you. I called you. Went to voice. It's like Carter's face is like, okay, and Chris like, thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you. I was laughing. I was just laughing because his face was like, but you told me to do this. He's like,
yeah.
I couldn't. There's a lot of comedy in this. I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional. Well, some of it was intentional, but some of it may have been unintentional. I was laughing, kind of like, you should know this, Fat Carter. You should know this Fang by now. The weddings, the divorces, and everything. You should know by now how that is. He's always called on to do those, so he should know how this kind of works. But he's like, but no, I actually called you to make sure you was and. Mm-hmm.
And then he said, it went to voicemail. And I was like, really? Because his face was like, oh, crap.
Exactly.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that yet. And
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, you think you didn't talk to him in person?
Yep. I
wouldn't have followed him. Fire me if you want. I'm not doing it.
I agree with Amanda. A text is not, but he's got such a long history with Ridge that I can see him going, okay.
Yeah.
But
again, this isn't Ridge's first time at the rodeo, the divorce rodeo. So it's like, I can I see what both of you guys are saying, but also I kind of go, well, he probably just thought, well, maybe he's right. Fine, just file the papers. You know, the family has problems. My family's always dramatic. He knows that. He knows that. He's been around a while. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens now because basically there has been shenanigans. I was hoping there wasn't, but there was shenanigans. Of course, it's gonna come out at some point. But would it be interesting if Ridge and Shauna have a nice little marriage for a while?
Once they consummate it, oh boy.
They haven't slept together yet. That's right.
Nope.
Suddenly,
you think they are?
The wheels are in motion. I'm trying to think of the history of the show. I think, would they go there all the way? I'm also going to say no. If she was younger, yes, I think get her pregnant. Another soap trope, we always do. But she's a little older. I think they're going to sleep together. I don't think. That's my prediction. They won't get to the bedroom fully yet. I don't think so.
Do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's Ridge, so it's hard to say.
It is. And also the pacing of the show. We don't know how fast the show is. It's going pretty fast. It's kind of like letting things happen. So I don't know if it's going to be like, will this reveal last that long or will it be fast?
Do you think if Shauna and Ridge had slept together and not gotten married, that Brooke and Ridge would be able to get to the other side of this?
Probably.
Yeah.
She seems more upset because he married her. And I guess she's in shock, but I was surprised because she's not normally the type to like be defeated or give up. And
sit in a dark room.
101. And I'm like, really? Really? It's not very Logan-y of you, right?
I love it. Yeah, exactly. It isn't. No, it isn't. It's a good point. It isn't. She's like, she wins. She's crying and just screaming and crying in a corner. I was like, that's not, well, Brooke's don't cry, but like, that's not her. She fights for stuff. Brooke's a fighter. So I don't know. I agree with you. It's like, So
maybe she knows there's something there.
Maybe. I think Rich likes Shauna. I think he likes her. So maybe Brooks, you women have intuition. So maybe she's like, this is not just a quickie drunken marriage, but there might be something in there that's bothering her.
Probably because he won't stay away from her.
Yep, there you go. And that's my point. He always seems to go back around her. So and he literally has fun when he's with her. She's a good time girl. And she plays the role. I guess I'm shaking her head. You know it's all true. Now, there's a small, as you say on Audition Days, tidbit that happened this week. And that was Zoe and Hope making their way together.
What do you think about Hope forgiving Zoe?
Very interesting. Go ahead, Amanda.
I'm just surprised.
Me too.
But it is Hope. So on one hand, I'm surprised, but on the other hand, not really. But I thought it would take longer.
Good point. I agree with you, Amanda, on that, actually. I thought it would take a little while for him to kind of get back to it. But then it's just like, yeah, no, you go ahead and we'll do the scholarship and we're going to do all this stuff and you can pick the – I'm like, oh. And they were smiling at each other like they're about to kiss or make out or something. I don't know what's going on there. They're just like, oh, my God. They're like little schoolgirls. I'm like, okay, you guys are grown-ups. But I was like, Zoe was a major part of why Beth was not in her arms for a year. Again, I have this heart. I'm like, but then they bonded over Thomas. That's where it kind of started. The bond with Thomas. They worked together to bring down Thomas. And Hope said that. You were so instrumental in this. It was great. And they both have been duped by him. So I guess it was that women's solidarity. Men strong, sisters do it for themselves. I don't know. They're like, yeah. As I'm wearing this African shirt, like, yeah. But you know what I mean? Is that something? I mean, you guys are women. I mean, how would you would that be even a possibility?
Well, to Amanda's point, I agree. It's Hope, and her default button is to, let's move on. I see how you were used, like you said, James. We were both used by Thomas, and she's so sincere. Can we just give a shout out to Kiara? How long has she been on the show? Like 2 years?
Almost 2 years. I think almost 2 years at this point. Yeah.
Almost 2 years. Her growth. I mean, she now is just so, she doesn't have to do anything and it all comes out.
Well, I remember she had a British accent at first.
Yeah.
We sipped my tea on that one.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that was like, ugh.
So that's
yeah. So I love watching her now. She's like, I love watching her. So I'm kind of glad for the reconciliation.
Hope had a cute outfit on too. She had a cute top. It was cute. It was very colorful and stuff. It was really pretty.
Yeah.
But no, so Amanda, how do you feel about them becoming friends and coworkers?
I'm not against it. I think, would I forgive her? No. No.
I wouldn't either. We'd be enemies to the end.
But it works. And Hope doesn't have a lot of friends.
She doesn't.
She doesn't. You're right. Who? She has nobody.
I had an idea to tell you guys.
What's your idea?
Ready?
Ready.
Okay. What if they bring Maya back and it's a love triangle between Maya, Zoe, and Carter?
I'm in. I love Kendra Mosley, so I mean.
Yeah.
Totally in.
And love that.
Because her character is groundbreaking, she's transgender, timely. Also, they hinted at that. Remember, they hinted at that a couple of years ago, that he was kind of like in Maya again when they were ending the whole Rick marriage. And I was like, first of all, I didn't like them ending the Rick marriage, but I was just like, oh, Carter saw some feelings towards her a little bit. And I talked to them when they came on my show. We talked about that, and then it got cut. Then Kendra got cut. So,
I love that idea. I love it.
So yeah. So I'm for it.
I think that would be fun.
Yep.
I'm all for it. And then the other storyline, this was a shorty. We see it developing in real time. And I thought of Tami the whole week. Steffi and the pills. Being in pain. I just want to know how many pills she's taking, because I'm like, why you dump the pills that fast? I don't understand what's going on there. But the pills.
You know, someone on social media thinks that Dr. Finnegan is going to be like a drug pusher.
A drug pusher?
I don't get that vibe. Do you get that vibe?
No.
No.
Doctor.
Okay.
I think, oh, sorry. I think that Thomas is going to feel bad for her. He's going to go to Vinny, who, remember, is a drug dealer. He's going to get her street drugs of whatever.
Oh, my God.
You know, what do you call it? Like black market drugs, right? Street drugs. She's going to get addicted, and Thomas is going to be doing it like out of the goodness of his heart, like not.
He has no heart.
Oh.
He loves his sister.
Well, oh my God, that's such a good storyline.
He's going to have good intention, but he's doing a bad thing. You know, do you see what I mean?
The road to hell.
That's such a good storyline. Oh my God.
Well, here's what's funny, because I never thought that, but it's good, but because he mentioned Vinny and said, these are from Vinny. You know, he's always had a crush on you. And I think it was flowers or something he brought in the house or whatever it was. And I said, oh yeah, Vinny. I liked Vinny. I do too. His reaction was funny. But yeah, you're right. Because she's running out of the pills. So I see Dr. Finnegan maybe recognize her and trying to stop her, but then you're right, she's got other ways to get him. She's a forester. The other ways to get drugs and be hooked. Because she doesn't want to take it, we can tell. She doesn't want to be addicted. So they're kind of showing a strong person how this can happen. Which I guess is a great storyline point.
And Dr. Finnegan's gonna be her savior, I think. Like, she's gonna go to him and he's gonna keep her secret and he's gonna help her. This is just all out of my imagination, but this is what I think is gonna happen.
Well, I mean, you watched the show. What you're saying isn't far-fetched by any means.
Because I don't know why they're doing this.
I don't know either.
Like, what is this storyline? Like, so the Thomas angle, that's fantastic. That's awesome.
I think, you know, they're trying to find a way to bring the Dr. Flanagan and her together, I think. And this is the way they chose to do it, the drug storyline. There's other ways they could have done it, but I think this is the way they decided to go. They said, we're going to go do a drug storyline, show her strength, get another Emmy reel going, you know, whatever. And I think it's what's happening. I think it's what's happening. And I think, you know, and I'm sure she could do it. She looks like she's in pain. When she walks
it's painful to watch her.
I'm like, are you really in pain, girl? Because you look like that's some good acting. That's some good acting. She looks like she's in pain. I was like, girl, I'm in pain watching you too.
Yeah.
And so I think there's, you know, and we're trying to find Thomas's redemption through his sister. I think that's what's happening. It's like they're going to slowly, because even Hope said it was a week or so, well, you know, I wish I could get rid of, you know, Thomas, but not fully. But we're all big, you know, big family, so to speak. It's your son, Zoe. So it's like, they're trying to find the redemption. I'm glad they're taking their time. They're not forcing it on us. So I'm like, I like that. They're kind of go, okay. So right now he's with Steffi. That's fine. He was like, because he really didn't. He kept some of the news, but it was way later. And in the scheme of all of that, he was like least of the. I mean, Zoe and them Flo were all way more involved in the baby thing than he was. He just found towards the end and used it to his advantage. But the others, they were involved.
Has Hope forgiven Flo?
I don't know. Has she? I can't remember.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I don't think they have. No. You know, she's a Logan and all that. See, I'm not a Flo fan, so I don't like her. I love Katrina. She's beautiful. Plays her. She's a Bowden, but I don't like the character. The character to me it's just like a reminder of what's been going on. We need to bring back Wayne Brady. He's in the credits still.
I know.
He is.
I saw that, yeah.
So is Maya.
I know. So I'm like, bring him back. Let's get something. You can use her redemption fully for me if you bring him back and give him his comeuppance or whatever. Like I need something to make me, because that awkward making love thing again with her and Wyatt this week was
Don't ever do that again. I swear to God, writers, do not do that.
It's so awkward. It's so
we do not
awkward.
need to see that.
I mean, I know they're in love now, making love all the time. Sure, why not? But it's just like, it was weird.
No, I was getting nauseous a little bit. Okay? Because he's over and over and over. You're the best thing that walks the planet. You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. You're the greatest. Everybody needs to kiss Flo's feet. I'm like, really? Really? We get it.
I know. Oh, girl, I know. I'm there. I'm like, oh, I'm just not a fan of the character at all. I'm like, making her a Logan didn't help it either. I was like, didn't help. It didn't make me endear me to her at all either.
I will say that I know we all enjoyed that confrontation between Quinn and Brooke where there were slaps.
Oh, yeah.
Remember they went toe-to-toe, head-to-head, whatever.
Loved it.
So it's going to go down again.
Oh, yeah.
When this comes out and come to find Quinn was really the instigator of this whole orchestrator of this whole thing. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be delicious. I'm going to have my little glass of champagne.
I'll tell you, Bold gives good slaps. When Quinn slapped Steffi back over in Monte Carlo, wherever they were at, or Australia, wherever they were,
I forgot about that.
We played that slap 5 or 6 times in the show. I said, go ahead and run it again. Go ahead and run it again. That slap was the bomb. And when Quinn slapped Brooke, I was like, you know who you were messing with. I was like, that's right, girl. Her face, she had crazy eyes. And that's like, oh, she was like, oh. You know, and
she fell down on that one.
And Stephanie used to slap the crap out of Brooke all the time, everybody all the time. And I loved it. She just slapped Taylor once. I loved it. I was like, they give good slap. They give good slap. So I'm like, I am all in. So yes, this will be a good conversation scene when Brooke finds out what Quinn has done. Woo! She's gonna be, bitch, you're mine. You're all mine. She's gonna give it.
I hope they don't drag this out, like you said, James. I hope this gets revealed sooner than later. I'm
feeling they're going faster. I think kind of. I think they're like, because now they're filming. Normally, they film 5.5 weeks in advance with time off, but now they're filming almost in real time. Almost, I think they're maybe a couple of weeks in advance. So I mean, it's gonna be faster now. I think. I think all the soaps now are now the gap is closer to what they film to what they air. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a faster pace. We'll see. But Bold is known for either dragging things out a long time or getting it done fast. I mean, they like one or two storylines right now. Apparently, it's like one or two storylines. We're good. So easy for us to watch, obviously, because they're playing stuff out. I'm like, literally, that was it for the week. That was literally it.
Yeah, and I love, like, I hope, I'm kind of rooting for Donna.
Yeah,
I love her.
And even Eric said, she's like, he's like, what are you doing here late? And she's like, well, want to get a jump start on tomorrow, and it's not like I have anyone waiting for me at home. And Eric's like, I can't believe that. That's just all kinds of wrong. And that's what we've been saying.
Yep. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Exactly. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. So hopefully more screen time for Jennifer Garris. We love her. She's beautiful. She's always just good. So hopefully she will come on. So that's your Bold and Beautiful recap for the week. Because literally that was the only storyline. There was nothing else that went on, and that was it. And I'm so glad you guys could join us. Thanks for watching our shows. I'm so appreciative of all the comments and the shares and all the Bold and Beautiful Facebook groups. Thank you so much. And the Bold and Beautiful groups on Instagram too. Now we do have a page, Bold and Beautiful Universe, on Instagram. So go ahead, we changed the name. You guys are following and talking, so make sure you go on there. And of course on Facebook, we have it too. Everyone. So Amanda, tell me where they can find you and your podcast, the Bold and Beautiful Podcast.
You can find me at the Bold and Beautiful Podcast on all the platforms. And I do want to tell you guys, I got a message. So I want to give a shout out to two people. Ooh. I had a message from Marvin in France. Ooh, wow. And he loves our show, our Spotlight. Oh. And also Renee B. They both are supporters of the podcast, and they both love this show.
Oh, thank you, Marvin and Renee B. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. From France. I love it. Thank you. This show goes everywhere. We put it out on the interwebs, goes everywhere. So thanks for watching us. And that's your shout out. I like the whole shout out. So
they wanted me to tell you guys. So.
Oh, well, hi. We love you guys. Marvin and Renee B. We're saying your name on air. Thanks for being, you are fans of the week. That's what we are, fans of the week. We'll say right now. I love that. And Tami, Goveia.
You can find me on Insta at Tami.Goveia and on Twitter at Tami Goveia.
And she has 2 new series here on JLJ Media. Daytime Today, on Fridays with Candace Mack. And the first episode came out, and it's doing great numbers. Thank you very much for watching it and listening to it. We love that you are. About every Friday, it's going to be your source for all kinds of daytime news and gossip. Then she also has a show coming out very soon. And you can watch our first little teaser episode, Voices of Daytime with Tami Goveia. And I'll be talking to Voices of Daytime. So watch a little promo we did, and it's on YouTube, and it's on all streaming services. So congratulations, Tami, with your 2 shows on there. Very good. And watch and listen to the Bold and Beautiful podcast. I'm sorry, I forgot, what's your partner's name on the show? Chelsea. So Amanda and Chelsea break it down for you also. And they're entertaining. I've been on the show. And they're very entertaining. And they talk about all things happening Bold and Beautiful. So make sure you listen to that also. You can find out where all podcasts are also, correct?
Yeah.
Anyway, and of course, there's me, James Lott Jr. We're all James Lott Jr. sold at James Lott Jr. and also social media platforms, JLJ Media, also social media platforms. And this show is on every, just look for it. You can find it. Everyone, please stay safe as you can. Have compassion for others, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys. Let's see our law. Bye, everybody. Forest of Creations in the house. Woo.